Hello, welcome to my channel and to my website. Thanks for checking in. We'll just do a 20-minute plus flow class. So let's begin. If you have 2 blocks or books nearby, that will be handy, and 1 folded blanket with your mat. So come with your feet set apart about 3 inches. Inhale your arms up. Let the fingertips touch. Exhale, lower down. Okay, inhale, press into the feet as you lift, reaching the fingertips up. Exhale, palms face down, letting your hands come gently back towards the center. Do this 3 more times. Inhale, reach, look up to where your hands are, feel spacious in the chest, palms push it all away. And the last one, so inhale, letting your arms go wide, feeling the breath. Exhale, letting the arms come down. Good. Step a small amount, 2-3 inches forward on your mat. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, keeping the knees apart, sit in like an imaginary chair. Now with the arms extended like so, I want you to inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, lower the tailbone down. Inhale, let the fingers, pinky fingers roll towards each other, right? So feel how that broadens the chest. You might feel some wobbling. You might notice you forgot to breathe. Just keep going. And on the exhale, we're going to bend our arms down, rest our belly towards the thighs. Arms go up behind us. Inhale, come back through to chair. 4 more times. Exhale, letting yourself come forward. Arms up behind you. Press into the feet without gripping. Exhale again. So now we remember where our quadriceps are and why we need them to be toned. They support knee health, help us not fall. Exhale down. Generally are good for just about everything to tone your quadriceps. Bring your hands back to heart center. Good. So push into the feet and feel how your weight is equally distributed in both sides. I want you to step to the top of the mat now. So I have set my 2 blocks like so, a little away from each other. Bring your feet, again, about 3 inches apart. Inhale, reach. Exhale, let the belly be soft. Bring your hands down and put your hands on the blocks. Walk your hands towards the edge of the block so that it lengthens the torso. Inhale. Exhale, fold down, curl the spine, bend the knees. We'll do that another 2 times. So inhale, extend the spine. Feel how the crown of your head is long, how the spine is flat. Exhale, fold. Inhale, last one. And exhale, fold. So the knees are bent, your hands are on the blocks. I'm taking mine away, although you can keep yours there. Next inhale, come back to that flat back. On the exhale, bring the right foot back to knees down. Here's a good place for the blanket to be, so that we pad the knee and we avoid any strain in the joints. Then push into the top of the right foot. Inhale, arms come up, squeeze the thighs together and reach. Breathe. Exhale, letting the hands come to frame the front foot. We'll come onto the ball of the back foot, and then on the exhale, bring the front foot to the back foot, coming into a top of a push-up. So from here, we're pushing with our hands, We're lifting through our belly, keeping the hips low, rolling the thighs towards each other. Now exhale, you can bring your knees down, come onto your belly, come back onto the tops of the feet. Inhale, come up for cobra. Exhale, down. Curl the toes under, come up back to the top of the plank and back to down dog. So keeping the knees bent, lifting through the hips, breathe. Don't worry about how close your heels are to the floor. Just breathe here, lifting through the hips, feeling more length in your spine. Inhale, look up between your hands. Just walk ourselves up over the blanket. Bring your hands back to the blocks. Come to a flat back. Exhale, knees bend, arms come out to the side, and we breathe as we reach for the ceiling. Exhale, down. Now we'll do the other side. Inhale, reach. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come to a flat back. Exhale, touch down now. Step back with the left foot, patting the knee like we did before. On the inhale, push into the top of the left foot and the right ball of the foot. Squeeze your legs towards each other. Inhale, reach. So feel for length and lightness up through the upper body and grounding through the lower body. Exhale, bring the hands back to frame the front foot. Come onto the ball of the back foot. Exhale the front foot back. So even if you're not used to doing this, hang on. Try to avoid having the hips high. You want the hips lower than your shoulders. Look forward, breathe. And then exhale, bring the knees down, come back onto our bellies, then push the hands into the floor, lift up. That's cobra. Exhale, touch the forehead down, curl the toes under, and come back to down dog. So I'm moving the blanket out of the way. If you have one, do so as well. You can be here, or if you're tired or just need this, you bring the knees down and you come back to sit on your heels. This is called child's pose. Allow your breath to slow and allow yourself to breathe. And then we all come back up to downward dog. So just stretching out one heel at a time, lengthening through your calves. And then looking up between your hands, you can walk or you might hop. Just hop up between your hands. Walk your hands again out forward, stretch the spine. Exhale, knees bend, arms go out to the side. So press into the feet and feel yourself rise. Fingers touch, exhaling, lowering down, bringing our hands back to heart center. Stay here. Coming back to the top of the mat. I'm cutting off my head, so I'm adjusting. You're coming back here to the top. Make a quarter turn to the right. Step out with the right foot wide. Feel how you have about the same height here. The hips are not kind of turned one way or the other. They're symmetric. Turn the left foot to the front edge of the mat. Inhale, bring your arms out to the level of the shoulders. Look over your front hand and then notice your knee. So exhale, bring the knee out over the second toe. So in that direction, feel yourself bend, maybe go a little deeper. Notice if you go forward with the leg, you want to draw yourself back so your shoulders are over your hips. Breathe. Exhale, lower the hand down. Inhale, reach.
And then inhale, coming back to warrior two. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, come down. Inhale, reach up, straighten the leg. Exhale, come back into warrior two. One more time. Inhale, reach. And exhale, warrior two. So actively reaching the hands in either direction. Seeing if you can, on the exhale, draw those shoulders down. And then inhaling to straighten that left leg, bring the hands to the hips. Shorten your stance so that you're walking your feet, heel toe, walking the feet in a few inches. On the inhale, we lift once again through the chest. On the exhale, we come into that flat back and then come down. Now, if your hands don't very easily touch the floor, bring the block and rest your hands here. You can rest your hands kind of on either side of the block. If you are more flexible and more accustomed to the practice, you can widen the feet again, walk those palms back in line with your feet. So now your elbows are at about a 90-degree angle, and the crown of your head hovers closer to the floor. On the next inhale, walk your hands back out. If you had them in line with the feet, heel toe 1 or 2 steps in, closer to each other. And then bring your hands to the hips, bend your knees quite a bit, and then let your head be the last to come up as you stand. Bring the front foot to the back foot. Good. And then we'll face the other end of the mat. Now take the quarter turn to the left like so. Left foot goes out about 3 feet. The right foot toes face the top of the mat. Inhale, reach the arms out at the length of at the height of the shoulders. Notice that we're still not angling the hip here, so we're trying to keep the hip somewhat balanced with the other. On the exhale, bend into the knee. See if you can visualize the kneecap tracking over that second toe. Reaching back with that arm, reaching towards what's behind you, looking forward and breathing. On the exhale, left arm goes down. Inhale with the right, stretching the side ribs. Inhaling, coming back up through, and we'll do 3 of the flow. So inhale, we'll reach up, touch the fingertips. Exhale, come back into warrior two. Inhale, reach up. Exhale. Inhale, reach. And exhale, forward. Flow. Hold. Inhale, straighten the front leg. Let the hands come back to the hips. Heel toe the feet back closer in so that you have a shorter stance. And then the hands come back behind you to clasp at the base of the spine. Exhale, come back into a forward fold. So maybe you have your hands resting just at the spine, that's fine. Or if you can, straighten them and come somewhat off the back. Get more of a shoulder stretch this way. But this is challenging to be upside down, not using your hands. Be just doing something maybe a little unfamiliar. On the next exhale, bend your knees quite a bit. Bring the hands back down to the base of the spine, and then roll yourself up, not with a flat back, with your head being the last, not going too fast so that you get real dizzy. Release the hands and then bring the feet back to each other. Good job. So now we'll go into a balanced posture. So reaching our
weight down into the right foot, come with our hands to the hips. And then on the first breath, we'll bring the sole of the left foot just to the calf. Be mindful to not press against the knee joint. You can go below the knee joint or higher. This is nicely learned when you have your back at the wall. So as you breathe in, lift through the crown of the head. As you breathe out, press through the right big toe. Feel for balance. And this could be your pose right here. If you're a little bit wobbly, bring it down. Or maybe bring your hands to heart center. So pulling the energy towards the midline. This is tree. Look at something that's not moving. Don't worry that you feel unstable. On the exhale, we'll bring the knee forward and come out of the pose. And then we'll do the other side. So just to demonstrate how it would look at the wall, it would just be just like this. Weight comes into the left foot. I'm not really leaning up against the wall, but it's there for me to wobble against, so it's for moral support. Exhale, we'll bring the sole of the right foot just above the ankle. Again, feel for the squaring of the hips. Feel for your balance. Maybe you are here. Maybe you want to go a little higher. Again, with a little support, you might feel that you can, and a feeling for where that wall is. Hands on the hips, breathing, or keeping yourself lower. Hands can come to the heart center. So push the right sole into the standing leg and push your hands together. On the exhale, bring the hands down, knee to the front, and come out of the pose. Good. We'll come down onto your seat. So take the block we talked about having, and I want you to balance here on the sit bones. So the sit bones are just the kind of sharp little bones that are right in the middle of each glute. You can just roll back on them and feel where they are. Then on the exhale, I want you to lift, on the inhale, I want you to lift your feet and put a block in between your feet. So if this is my first time, I'm holding onto the backs of my legs. This is enough. You're flexing your ankles, breathing and lifting the chest, and avoiding folding, rounding the back. So breathing here, working for some core strength. If you've done this more times or you just want a little bit more of a challenge, bring the arms out to the side. You can also straighten the legs. So just choose where you'd like to be today. It's okay to wobble. Check if you're breathing. If you're holding your breath, start breathing. Then bringing the feet down, removing the block. We'll just take a hug to our own efforts. So let's just fold down, relax. Inhale and come back upright. We're going to do that same pose again. You can use the block like we did, or you can leave the block aside. So inhale, kind of roll back, balance on the sit bones, let the feet come up. Now, ideally the shins should be parallel to the floor. So we'll just see where we are. This might feel pretty good. If you'd like a little more, you can tap each time and just letting yourself be distracted from what you're doing and from the core strength that you thought maybe you wouldn't have to do. But we all need this. Okay, without judgment, just being where you are. On the exhale, bring yourself forward, hug the knees, and breathe. Good job. Inhale, coming back upright. The next pose, we're going to use both the blocks and the blanket. So come down onto your back.
bend the knees and align the feet. Align the feet so that they're as wide as the hips. Like so. We don't turn our head in this pose, so let the arms go wide first. Feel how that opens up a little more surface area onto the shoulders rather than being down like that. On the inhale, we'll lift through the pelvis and the belly. Okay, you're not to turn your head here in this vulnerable position. So on the inhale, we're just reaching through the belly. On the exhale, we're pushing the feet down, like you're going to scoot the mat out from underneath you, and breathing. There's a nice stretch for the front body, for the cervical spine. And then exhaling, lowering down. We're going to repeat that pose, this time using a support. So supported bridge, you could use 2 blocks and a blanket, or just the 2 blocks. So getting back into position, letting the soles of the feet align with the hips. Inhale, lifting up. You can stay low here. You can go a little higher, like so. Or if you want even more, you can go up to the tallest height. I think most people would be fine on the medium height with the blanket draped over the blocks. So this just pads things a little more nice. And you want the bony pelvis to be here. You don't want to go onto the small of the back. So adjust, take your time so that this feels supportive. And then adjust your feet, let the arms go out to the side for supported bridge pose. So feel yourself sink into the support. If you want a little more, you can bring the left knee into the belly, hold on to that knee, even stretching out the right leg, just as much as feels good. It does elongate the quad on the right side quite a bit, and it's nice on the back. But you can also just be right in your supported bridge. On the inhale, we're going to bring ourselves back into the normal version. If you took that option, you always want to do the other side. So we inhale the left knee in towards the belly, right knee, left leg extends long. Again, mindful that there's no pressure on the back or the neck here. Enjoy the feeling that you don't have to do anything at all. On the next breath in, again, we'll bring the feet back into the position that we took for supported bridge. And then if you would like a little more, if you'd like to just play a little bit more, you can stay here, or you can bring your leg up and then bring the other leg up. Just looking at your feet, noticing maybe if they don't look swollen. Maybe this yoga is good for lots of things. So here we're reversing the normal blood flow. This is a very beneficial pose for people that have varicose veins, or get like tired, achy legs at the end of the day. People who have a tendency to retain fluid in their ankles. This is lovely and helpful before you go to bed. On the next exhale, we'll bend the knees, put the feet back down, then inhale, lift up, take the prop setup out of the way, and then bring yourself to knees in, hold on to your knees, your shins, maybe make a little back and forth movement.
Consciously tucking the chin so that you elongate your neck. And then just finding stillness, extending the legs down. Letting the legs go all the way to the length end of the mat. Letting the arms either come just a bit away from you, or you could bring a hand to the heart, a hand to the belly. And begin to sink down into what we call final relaxation, Shavasana. So if you have an extra shirt or blanket or something you would like to put over you, go ahead and do that now. We do this to block out any type of stimuli that's trying to distract us from just a deep, deep level of relaxation. And typically we stay here for at least 5 minutes. But for the sake of the video, you could put me on pause and stay. Otherwise, release the hands up over the head. Inhale to stretch. Exhale, tuck your knees back into your belly. Roll onto your right side. Just hovering and resting, breathing here on your side for just a few more delicious breaths. And bringing your left hand flat in front of your shoulder, lift yourself up, bringing yourself back into a seated cross-legged pose. Bring your hands to heart center, feeling into what the practice had for you today. Maybe this was new for you. Maybe you've practiced for a long time but haven't been able to go to a class. Maybe you were just checking it out to see what it was all about. In any case, thank you for your attention. Thanks for checking out my teaching. Have a wonderful day. Namaste. Feel free to comment or send me any questions. Check the website if you'd like more, or like to check out my guided meditations. Thank you so much.